Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Korkmaz pulls it in. And there's James from the arc. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Here's Harrison. Knocks down the triple.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Drops in the layup for 2.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Harrison. Pass to Ajinça. Here's DeColo. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's James. Here's Calathes. The rebound by Harrison.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's Harrison. And he drives in. The 3 is up. Doesn't go that time. Pass to Korkmaz. And there's James from the arc. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now.
Bit of a rut here early. Just 1 of 4 so far.
Personal foul.
Here's Harrison. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. On the break. Oh, swiped away. Beyond the arc. He can't hit that time. Fast break, here we go. And that one is stuffed right through.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. To the wing, right side. Shot clock at 6. Here's DeColo. 3-pointer. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
For 3, James. The rebound by Harrison.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Here's Ajinça. Pass to Schofield. Here's DeColo. Out to the right wing. Here's Harrison. And the 3-pointer goes. Harrison's got 6.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the 3-point shot.
The 3, James drops in the 3.
Yeah, feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1 for 4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Here's Harrison. He's got 6. Here's DeColo. Here's Harrison, and there's a pick. 4-3. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. Here's Calathes. He's scoreless. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by Harrison. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Here's DeColo. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Harrison. Second chance shot. It's good. Harrison's got his third basket on the night right there. James outside. Connects. The jumper drops.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And that does it for the first quarter. Up 6. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Here's Maledon. The shot from the low post is good. Maledon's got his first 2 points.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Driving inside, uses the glass on the layup.
But that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Lee, the pass to Maledon. Back to Lee. Let's go with a 3. That one no good. And here comes the break. Here's a Kobo. It's hauled in by Black.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Pass to Lee. Oh, bricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Inside. Diallo gets the bucket.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to Maledon. Four on the clock. Here he goes. No luck on that one. Here's a Kobo. He nails it, and we're tied.
Attacking the heart of this defense. That's 8 straight points inside.
Here's Lee. Pass to Black. From deep. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Stolen. Here's Maledon. And he converts the layup. Maledon's got his second basket of the night.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Diallo. Here's a Kobo. Nails it from 3.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here's Lee. The rebound by Cornelie. To the paint. Back to Diallo. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Black. 1:53 left in the first half. Jackson with room to fire. Great look there, but off target.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
1:41 left to play in the second quarter. Good.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Lee. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Pass to Maledon. Here's Lee. Three-pointer, no good.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
The home team calls timeout. And with almost all of the season in the books, the power rankings can tell you a lot. They're holding in the same spot, looking to climb the rankings.
When I look at this visiting team, they've had a much better than expected season. They're just continuing to chug along. It's evident that they're a team to be reckoned with.
Here's Harrison. Give him 8 points now. No good. He's missed 5 of his 8 attempts.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Down low. Here's a Kobo. They get it again. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks that one from the post. 11 points in the game. Here's Harrison. Puts up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Got it off in time. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Leading by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
You know what I was just thinking about, fellas? The NBA has lots of bright lights, maybe too bright for some. And focusing now on our current game, it's been a hard-fought battle so far for the visiting team. And that's it for halftime.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. James deciding where to go with it. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, a big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Here's Calathes. No made baskets yet. They set the pick. Korkmaz, no good.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Here's Ajinça. Check by James. And the basket by Ajinça.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play. Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Here's Harrison. And he throws it down with one hand.
What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
And the free throw, no good. Here's Calathes. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting for the away team.
No good on the free throw. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And they're able to recover. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Korkmaz. Goes up again. No good that time. Here's the break for the lead. Connects from downtown. DeColo's got 7.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
To the inside. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
Third team foul.
Here's Harrison. 13 points in the game. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. In transition, here they come. Here's Brown. Rebounded by Ajinça. And they're on the break. Here's Laverne. Shakes him. It's blocked. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Lee. Pass to Maladon. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Pass to Lee. Takes the 3. Hauled in by Brown. Lee's gotten just 1 of his 6 shots to fall here. Off target at the rim. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
Away team foul. 4 on court lines. First personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the visiting team. It's a 5-point game. Here's Lee.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
They get it back. And the layup is good off the glass. 10 points for him.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
The home team calls timeout.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's something they have to address here.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
The home team calls timeout. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Here's DeColo. And he banks in the layup. DeColo's got 5 points now this quarter. 1.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's Calathis. And he gets the bucket. So it's the home team now. They trail by 7. Harrison, the pass to Schofield. Here's Harrison. 13 points in the game. Here's DeColo.
Timeout.
The home team calls timeout.
Starting.
Here's Schofield, defended by Brown. And it's off from 3-point range. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Pass to James. To the wing on the left. Outside, Brown. 5 on the clock. The floater tipped. Here's Harrison. Launches it. Hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 5 rebounds in the game. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
17 seconds left in the third. Here's DeColo. Here's Harrison. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Huge three to cut it to single digits.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. They're up 7. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us.
Showing more patience this half. His shot selection has improved, and his field goal percentage is rising.
Here's Calathis. Outside, Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Brown with a screen. Here's Korkmaz. Up again. Rebounded by Ajinça. Here's Laverne. Check by James. Here's Laverne. And a nice finish on the layup.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Schofield, defended by Brown. Pass to Harrison. Here's DeColo. Hauled in by Brown.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the home team had some words for his team over the break. And a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Third team foul. Number 13. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And we've made our way through just over 1.5 minutes of this 4th quarter. James passes to Corday.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Third team foul.
Six to shoot. To the paint. Here's Montejunas. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Lee. Pass to Maladon. Buries it down low. Boy, this lead is razor thin.
Yeah, B.A., and there's a chance to extend that right here.
Diallo passes to Corday. James, left side. Back to Diallo. To the middle. Here's Corday. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
From outside the arc. The rebound by Diallo.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
James with a steal. Puts it up. It's Corley missing. Pass to Maladon. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
James outside. Inside. Corneli passes to James. Diallo outside. Here's Corneli. The three. James. Can't hit that one.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy. Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Diallo. Off the inbound. No good. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Mata-Yunis. Diallo outside. The rebound by Harrison. Here's DeColo. Check by James. Here's DeColo. They set a pick. Clock at 6. Harrison, the pass to Schofield. To take the lead, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Harrison, no good. Diallo with the ball. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you have two.
We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Papa Nicolau in at the small forward position.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's DeCola. Fires from deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Papa Nicolau. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Ajinça, and the jam by Ajinça.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Papa Nicolau. He takes it in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
Here's DeColo. Here's Harrison. Fires the three. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. We talked about tackling the quote-unquote Sabonis problem. Coach said, we want to challenge Sabonis as early and often as possible. We'd rather see him pass the ball than find his own shot, especially inside. Well, they'll try to battle Sabonis in the paint. We'll see how that works out. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Fournier, that's for two. Harrison with the rebound. And here's the break. Here's DeColo. They grab their own miss. They set the screen to the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Ajinça the pass to Harrison. Off target with his three. Left side Fournier. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Here's DeColo. To the left wing. Harrison kicks to DeColo. From deep three-point land, the long distance three is buried. DeColo's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Here's Papanikolaou. No good with the layup.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul, first team foul.
The first one falls. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, pass to Fournier. Here's Vezenkov. The three. And it's DeColo with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's Papanikolaou, covered by Ajinça. 50 seconds left in the first. Outside Fournier. Pass to Vezenkov. No good again that time.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And the shot goes in. DeColo's got 8.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Fournier for 3. Rebound by Ajinça.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's DeColo. Hands it from downtown. 11 points in the game.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. They lead by 13. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Putting in the effort to get a second chance look. Nice.
Now here's Lee. Pass to Maladon. On the wing, Jackson sinks the three-pointer.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Here's Dorsey. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Dorsey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. There's the pick. Shot's good by Lee.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Evans outside. Launches it. That shot off. And here is Maladon. No scoring in this one. Pass to Schofield. Now here's Maladon. Hit by Lee. The three. He's off on that one. Here's Dorsey, covered by Lee. Here's Milutinov from out on the wing. He knocks it down. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Lee outside. From deep three-point land. That shot, no good. Lee's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Evans outside. Pass to Peters. This one for 3. Up again. Black grabs the board. Jackson looking it over. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Shots good by Lee.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And he gets it to go.
Just a late reaction there from the defense is always going to finish that one.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Maladon. The inside. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point territory. The shot missing. Lee's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Kicks it out to Evans. Guarded by Jackson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Maladon. Out of hand on it, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the second quarter.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's Evans on the wing, still without a basket. Here's the screen for 3. And it's Maladon with the rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Beyond the arc. Black grabs the board. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
A shot by Maladon, no good. Here's Dorsey. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Dorsey's got his second bucket of the night.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And a wide open look for Lee. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. It'll count. That one's not going to go. And that concludes the first half. Up 9. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end.
And now, as that'll do it for our show.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. They've got Laverne, and it's a Jinsa in at the 3 spot. And there's the drive. Off target at the rim. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Vazenkov in at the 4. Good on the triple.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
There's the 3. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's DeColo. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
It's Fournier on the wing. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And Fournier is highly skilled, a crafty European talent who's really fearless when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Harrison kicks to DeColo. The offensive rebound. Pass to Harrison. 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. That shot is off. Harrison's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. Driving in. Lays it up and banks it in.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
There's a screen. Pass to DeColo. 3-pointer. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Vazenkov. Papanikolaou controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Good awareness that time to put the shot right back up before the defense can react.
Here's Harrison, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
That one's good. Vazenkov.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
And DeColo kicks to Harrison. Hits it from 3-point range. Harrison's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Pass to Papanikolaou. Launches a 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Papanikolaou's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Laverne. Top of the key, Harrison. Offline from the top of the key.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
First personal foul, second team foul.
First free throw is good.
Philip Petrushev, 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. And so here's the home team. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Maladon. A 3-ball. Here's Schofield. Jackson with it. Lee sets a screen for Jackson. Petrushev with the rebound. Here's Vazenkov. Fournier gets a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range. For the 3. The shot that time not on target. To the inside. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Now, you can't sleep on the athleticism of Fournier. I mean, this guy knows how to finish, and his dunks are done with style.
Here's Lee outside. Rebounded by Papanikolaou. Papanikolaou's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Fournier. Here's Vazenkov. 5 on the clock. Baseline J on the way. Basket good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Leading by 4. We're going to step aside for just a second. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Lee. He's out there with Maladon. Jackson is out there with Black. And it's Schofield in at the 4-man position.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And Theo Maladon picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
Evans feeling it out a bit. Buries it from 3-point range.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Evans against Lee. Can't cash in from close range.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Peters. It's good. This game is all even.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Lee outside. And he banks in the layup.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. And here's Evans outside. Black grabs the board. Black's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Maladon. Drills the 3-pointer.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Now Dorsey. And Theo Maladon picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Evans, that's a two-pointer. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got 8 rebounds in this game. Great, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Peters, first personal foul, first team foul.
On defense, the visitors, trailing by 5. Here's Harrison, covered by Evans. 4 on the clock. Here's DeColo. No good on the triple.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Right wing. Here's Harrison. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Harrison's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Peters misses.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And Laverne throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Out to the right wing. They need this. Buries the long-range jumper.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Harrison. Here's the triple. Hits it from three-point range.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
I'm not quite ready to go there yet, but it certainly sounds like the crowd is with you on that idea.
Was shot by Dorsey, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Harrison scanning the floor. Second chance shot. Not that time. His 6th miss. He's made 4 of 10 so far.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Here's Dorsey. And it's DeColo with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Not enough ticks left on the clock to save him tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Great positioning on the putback. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And the home team has possession. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Harrison. And so the home crowd's ready to a win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got...
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Now, here is James. Korkmaz on the wing. Outside, Brown. Back to James. Brown, a screen on Fournier. And James puts up a deep three. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Calathis. They get it back. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Here's Vezinkov. This one for 3. Doesn't go for him. James deciding where to go with it. And slams, dunked by James.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness. Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down the floor.
Off target with the 3.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Offensive rebound. Pass to right. Here's Vezinkov, and that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at the home team. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
When I look at this visiting team, they've surprised a lot of people this season. It's why this squad plays with such a chip on their shoulder and has proven many wrong.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Out left to the wing. Here's Evans. Off target from the wing.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Calathis. To the paint. Intercepted! Beyond the arc. The putback. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Evans to end the drought. That shot is off. And here's the fast break. Korkmaz, no good.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Down low. And he slams it in one-handed.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. James, outside. That 3's off the mark.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
To the inside. Peters, no good. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Korkmaz. Still without a bucket. And here's Brown for 3. Hits the trifecta.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
There's a minute 17 left in the first quarter of the game. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Vezinkov. 3-pointer. Korkmaz pulls it in. Here's Calathis. Fournier covering. Here's James. Kick out to Brown. Here's Korkmaz. Takes the 3. Can't get it to drop. Outside Fournier. And the layup is good.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Here's Brown. Tries again. Out to James. Just 5 to shoot. Connects on the 17-footer.
And just using the size advantage he has, I mean, he can easily see over the defense.
Yeah, there's not much else the defender can do there.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And that one misses.
For the away team, 0. 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. Here's Kalathis. No points so far. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. 7 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Vezinkov. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. Up by 4. Quarter number. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Diallo, no good. Here's Dorsey. The offensive rebound. Out to the wing. Here's Peters. Over to the left wing. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks. Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. 1 free throw coming up.
Second personal foul. First.
Here's Evans. Yet to see a basket. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Here's Akobo. It's a 5-point game. The 3. Drills it from deep. 6 points for him.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Driving to the basket. Pass to Evans. Here's Dorsey. Here's the 3. Counted from distance. Dorsey's got his first 3 points of the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Counted. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Slam home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for 1 more.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And that one misses. From behind the arc. And he missed again. Now 1 of 5.
Hey, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
The 3 ball. Got a hand on it. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. On Saturday, then on Wednesday.
In that game against Athens, even though they're going against the #1 team right now in the league, they feel they could win. There's a lot of confidence to this squad.
Blocked! From deep. The putback. Here's Peters. Fires for three. Evans, that's good. Evans has got 5 points in the quarter.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Dorsey. Gets the three to fall. Dorsey's got 6 points.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Akobo. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Diallo. Puts up a deep three. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The home team on D. They trail by 1. Here's Evans. 5 points in the game. 4 on the clock from the arc.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Buries it from 3.
With all that space, it's so hard for the defense to stay connected to everyone.
56 seconds left to play in the first half. It's 2-on-1. Here's Diallo. And there's the lay-in.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Peters. Pass to Evans. Second shot opportunity. He's got it. 3 for 7 now.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Here's Motiejunas. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
Peters, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
As a defender, you have to get more physical with him in the post.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
That'll do it for the first half. They're up by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the rook. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the home team.
The pace of this.
Thanks for tuning in.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Kalathis. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Hounded by Wright. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Back to James. The 3 is up. Right with the board. James has gone 1 for 6 shooting from the field. On the wing, Fournier. Check by James. James against Fournier. He takes it in. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Well, we got a close game here in Los Angeles. It's stolen. For three. He buries it from three. Fournier's got 7.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
James outside. No good again that time.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Here's Vezenkov. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. To the left wing. Pass to Brown. Here's Calathes. James, right side. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Vezenkov.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And they'll get another chance. 3-pointer off the mark. In transition. Cuts off the pass. Outside Fournier for the lead. Tried to tip it in. Couldn't get it. Here we go. 1-on-1. Here's Korkmaz. And a two-handed jam.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. On the take. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 5.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Brown can't hit.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Papanikolaou. Takes a 3. The shot misses. James, left side. Lets it go from deep. The shot off that time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
1:42 left in the third. Pass to Vezenkov for the lead. No good. Here's Korkmaz. And that one drops. Korkmaz has got 7 points.
I like the decision to push it. He gives the D no time to recover.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Fournier. Can't cash it in from close range. Brown inside.
Man, good whistle there.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Second team foul. At the line for your home team, Brown. Taking 2
Free throw good. Brown. And both free throws good for Brown. 59 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Fournier. Pass to Vezenkov. Launches a 3. Fournier, the pass to right. Here's Vezenkov. With the tip. Controls the rebound and the putback.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
Hey, had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Here's Calathes. He's scoreless. With some arc. The rebound by Vezenkov. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Fournier for 3. Deflected. And he gets it back. Pass to Vezenkov. He blocks it again. They recover it. Here's Papanikolaou. Clock at 4. Tries yet again. Here's Wright. And that one is hammered home.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some...
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Up by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Here's Kalathis. Korkmaz on the wing. Another shot. Misses the layup.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
Home team foul. Fourth on Korkmaz. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And stolen by Diallo. In transition, here they come. And the 3 off target. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Here's Peters. Pass to Evans to take the lead. Peters tips it back in. Peters has got his first basket.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
Diallo. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Here's Cornelie, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And yep, it's good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Evans, that's good.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Pass to Akobo. Diallo outside. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Here's Peters. The 3 is up. That shot off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Pass to Evans. Let's go with a 3. It's kept alive. And so he draws the foul. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the home team had some words for his team over the break. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. He gets the first, and that gives him a lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
And it's James with the jam.
Woo-wee! What a a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Evans. Check by James. They get it back. Here's Peters. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Evans. They grab their own miss. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Man, the defender really went after him.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a lead.
At the line for 2.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, no doubt about those free throws coming up big in the clutch.
He gets it in there.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Here's James, and slam dunk by James.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And he drives in. Count it!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
Look, that's just great work on the boards. Effort dictates success on the glass more than size.
Fires from deep. And it's Dorsey with the rebound.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Pass to Evans. There's the triple. And it's in. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Here's Dorsey. That'll count if it goes. Oh, couldn't sink it, and we're going to overtime. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go away. We'll be back. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. And there's James from the arc. That shot off.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Dorsey. Tries again. The 3. Knocks down the long J.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
The shot no good. Here's Peters. Tries again. Pass to Evans. To the left side wing. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Banked it in off the glass. Ldlc has gotten his first points in this one.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
4 quarters, not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime now. Peters. Offensive board.
You have to love the hustle to follow it up there. Timed that tip perfectly.
Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Going inside.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Evans. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Evans has got 20.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Count it.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Evans. Over to the wing. Off target from three-point range. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And it's good. Here's Peters. No good on the three.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Takes it inside.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Cash.
Big time bucket to put him in front. Now they've got to put everything into their D and come up with a big stop.
Oh, he missed it. Counted.
And they aren't over the limit yet.
Here's Calathis. James outside. From downtown. Can't get the three to fall. And so the road team gets the W in this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did.
Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Harrison, and it's Ajinça in at the 3 spot. The shot by Harrison, no good. Here's Calathes. No good on the 3. Here's DeColo. They get it back. And he dunks it down.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
James looking around. And the 3 off target. By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, they wasted no time getting the ball up the court. Great decision to push it and make the sharp pass to the rim.
Here's Calathes. Nailed from three-point land.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Calathes has gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. Here's Harrison. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
James, the pass to Korkmaz. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Three-pointer. Calathes, no luck. Calathes has gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Harrison passes to Ajinça. Laverne in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. From deep, James. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Pass to Brown. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. They set the pick to the paint. Laverne with the steal. And here's the fast break. DeColo passes to Harrison. Off target from outside. Here's Calathes. Pass to Brown. Here's Calathes. Here's Korkmaz. Takes the three. Laverne grabs the miss. There's a minute 47 left here in the first quarter. Good on the triple.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Here's Korkmaz. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. Takolo's got 8 points.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Harrison. Pass to Takolo. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Laverne missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
James, the pass to Brown. Tries again. Kicks it out to James. Calathis dishes to James. From the arc. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. Pass to Ajinça. 24 seconds left to play in the first. Harrison passes to Ajinça. Here's Harrison. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Takes a three. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. They lead by 5 at and for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Diallo out there at Corniche. And it's Maniunas in at the 5 spot. Maladon is out there with Lee. And there's Jackson. Then there's Black. And it's Schofield in at the power forward. And he lays it straight in.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense. That's just way too easy, guys.
They've got Corniche. And it's a Kobo in a 2-guard. Modiunas a screen on Lee. No good from outside. Lee out there with Maladon. Then there's Black. And there's Jackson. And it's Schofield in at the 4 slot. And a wide open look for Lee. A 3-pointer is right on target. Lee's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's a Kobo. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Maladon passes to Lee. Over to the left wing. Pass to Black. Down low. Here's Maladon. Nails the baby hook.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Shot from 16. That's short off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Lee. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Lee's got 5 points in the quarter. The tray. And the basket by Corniche.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Lee passes to Maladon. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Poke loose. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And they're pushing it up. Here's Corniche, and he uses the glass on the lane. Corniche has got 7 points.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
They set the pick. Here's Lee. Here he goes. Takes it off the glass. He has 7.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's a Kobo. And it's Meladon with the rebound. Kobo's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Jackson dishes to Black. Now here's Meladon. He's covered closely. 5 to shoot. Driving to the basket. And then Meladon with the dunk.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Now here's Lee. He has 7. And it's in there.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's a Kobo. Pass to Montiunas. Here's Lee. Comes up empty down low.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
Here's Lee. 9 points in the game so far. 44 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Meladon. Corniche with the rebound. Corniche has got 4 rebounds in this game. Diallo inside. Here's Corniche, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. .24 seconds left in the second quarter. And here is Lee. There's the pick. Pass to Meladon. Out to Lee. From deep. That shot off the mark. Fires for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've reached halftime in this one. They lead by 7. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around? And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the visiting team.
They're moving well on offense.
And that's a halftime.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Lee really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
They've got Korkmaz. He's out there with Brown. And it's Calathis in at the point. They've got Laverne. And it's DeColo in at the 2-guard spot. Harrison kicks to DeColo. Clock at 6. Good on the 3-point shot. DeColo's got 11 points.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
They've got James. Korkmaz is out there with Brown. And it's Calathis in at the point guard position. They've got Harrison, and it's DeColo in at the shooting guard. Pass to Laverne. And here's Ajinça. They set the screen. Back to Laverne. Ajinça trying to break free. Shot's good by Laverne. Laverne's got his first bucket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Brown out there with Korkmaz. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
They've got Laverne, and it's DeColo in at the 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
That one is off. And so often, we'll hear talk about how many rings a great player has. Doris, do we emphasize that maybe too much?
I think, Kevin, first and foremost, a great player is great no matter what. This is a team sport, and a player doesn't have control necessarily of the parts and pieces behind him or the organization within which he's trying to succeed. Titles matter, certainly, there's no question, and it's great fodder for fans, but it's not how I define a great player.
Here's Calathis. He has 5. To the inside. And the basket by Papagiannis.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They set the pick. Knocks it loose. There's Harrison. Pass to DeColo. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Harrison. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Harrison's got his second basket of the night.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
To the paint. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. Ron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. Here's Korkmaz. And they get it. That one doesn't go.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And it's Laverne missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Harrison. Inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Pass to Calathis. The screen from Brown. Shoots the 3. Calathis gets the bucket. Calathis has got 8 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Puts up a 3. Ajinça with the bucket. Ajinça's got 9 points in the quarter.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Calathis. He's got 8. They set the pick. And a miss there on the triple.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's the 3. Korkmaz, no good. Here's DeColo. Misses the 3. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Leading by 7. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Galathis in at the 1. 3 on the clock. Here's Harrison. And the 3 off target.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Here's Korkmaz. Knocked away. Ajinça with it. Galathis grabs the board. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Here's Korkmaz. And the rejection by Ajinça.
The ball goes to the away team. Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Harrison. Laverne down low. Working on Moniunas. Here's Corniche. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Corniche has gone 5 of 6 in field goal attempts tonight. Here's DeColo. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Shot good by Diallo.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's DeColo. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First one falls for.
At the line for your home team, number 32.
So he gets them both. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Lee outside. Crops in the layup for 2.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Pass to Okobo. Fires the 3. Black grabs the board. Okobo's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Paladon. Offensive rebound. Back to Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here's Melodon. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. From downtown. And it's Okobo missing. Okobo's gone 1 for 5 from the field. 20%. That one on target for Melodon. 6 points for Theo Melodon.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Shot clock at 5. Latre. Corniche with the rebound. Corniche has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Diallo. From outside, off the mark. Here's Schofield, covered by Moniunas. Beyond the arc. That one misses. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Okobo. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Black. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
Here's Diallo. Here's Moniunas. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Now here's Jackson. Lee outside. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
3 points.
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any comeback hopes. Impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly looked to want it more than their opponent.
So it's the visitors now. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here's Lee outside. Corniche with the rebound. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead.
holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for this special NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Ldlc. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Jack's up at 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Papanikolaou. No good on the triple. Here's Ldlc. Off the mark there with a 3. Now here's Wright. Defense right on him. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Laverne. Oh, somehow misses the one-handed flush. Here's Papanikolaou. Off target from outside. Pass to Ldlc. Here's Harrison. There's a screen. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Here's Ldlc. No good from outside.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
The shot by Fournier, no good. Here's Laverne. Comes up empty down low. Here's Papanikolaou. Right. The putback is no good.
I mean, just a tough start. Missing their first 5 shots.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Here's DeColo. Fournier covering. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. And they recover it. Oh, ripped away. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Ldlc. That one drops for him.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Fournier. To the middle. To the inside. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
Here's Harrison. There's a screen. Driving in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. He'll take it.
Here's Ldlc. Basket counts. Ldlc's got his 2nd basket on the night. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Vezenkov. There's the 3. The rebound by Harrison. Inside. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. DeColo's got 5.
They're really working the paint now.
There's 57 seconds left in the first. And it's Fournier penetrating. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3. Here's Harrison. Pass to Ldlc. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Here's Vezenkov, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that, he's sure to give him a spark.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Outside Fournier. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. The free throw is off from Fournier. Here's Maledon. Pass to Lee. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Up by 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
We've got Jackson, and it's Black in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Maledon, pass to Lee. Fires in the triple. Lee's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Evans. Puts up a 3. He buries it from 3. Evans has got 5.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
That's tipped, and the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. They've fallen down to the 3rd spot and are hoping to turn things back around.
When I look at this visiting team, they can't seem to find their groove and move up the rankings. They've flirted with some options, but so far, they keep getting the same results.
The shot's good. Lee's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
The layup off target.
That is a disaster. Honestly, I'm embarrassed for him.
Back to Maledon. 3-pointer. Ooh, poked away. Here's Evans. And a miss there on the triple. Good work there as it goes.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Here's Lee. And he got the whistle on the way. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Lee, 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Maledon. Pass to Lee. It's stolen away. And here's the fast break. Here's Evans. Up again. It's good on the putback. And this game is tied up now.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Here's Schofield. This one for 3. Drops in the 3. Schofield's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Dorsey. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Schofield. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Lee into the lane. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Pass to Evans, down low. It's hauled in by Black.
Even though it wasn't a clear path, he knows that that's a shot he should make more oftentimes than not.
Lee, the pass to Maladon. No good with the triple. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Lee. And the three off target. Oh, deflected. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Off with the layup.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's DeColo. He's got 5. Harrison, no good. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. Uses the glass on the layup. 7 points in the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's the pick. Here's DeColo. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
The shot by Evans, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Here's DeColo. Here's Harrison. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
The three-point contest only grows in popularity. Hard to pick the favorite here. All these guys are knockdown shooters.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the visiting team.
Well,
thanks for tuning in.
And so we wrap up the first half. They're up by 6. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's Papanikolaou. Still no points. Blocked! And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Fournier up top. Pass to Vezenkov. Fires the 3. He can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Ajinça. They set the screen. Here's DeColo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harrison. That 3's off the mark. Harrison's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Papanikolaou. From behind the arc. Zips it.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
And the basket by Ajinça. Ajinça's got 8.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Here's DeColo. Pass to Harrison. Lets the three fly. Nails it from 3. Give him 8.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
And here is Fournier. Here's Vezinkov. Takes the 3. And no good.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Here's Laverne. And he goes in for the dunk.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, B.A., and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck. Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Fournier for 3. No luck on that one. And a chance to add to the lead here.
Yeah, B.A., they should really stick with what they've been doing. They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Outside Fournier. Will it go? With the drive. And the layup is up and in. Fournier's got 8 points.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
1:21 left in the third. Here's Vezinkov. Buries it from 3. Vezinkov's got his second basket of the game.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Schofield. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
3-pointer. The shot by Vezinkov, no good.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Here's Lee. Gets the 3 to fall. 11 points in the game.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Count that one.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one's good.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
On the wing, Fournier. Here's Wright. It's hauled in by Black. Black's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Schofield. He has 7. Here's Lee. Ooh, can't get the double clutch layup to drop.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Lee in at the 1.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Here's Schofield. Pass to Black. Here's Maladon. Fournier covering. Maladon, pass to Lee. 5 to shoot. Fires, high post. And he recovers it. Here's Black. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Black's gotten his first points of the night.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Papanikolaou. Misses the three. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Both teams will make substitutions. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. From deep. The offensive rebound. It doesn't go for him. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Nicolo, and the three-pointer goes.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Evans. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Ajinça. There's the three. Doesn't go that time. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They're shooting more jumpers in the second half, trying to figure out what will work best for them against this defense.
They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Here's Harrison. And he lays it up and in. Harrison's gone 4 of 7 from the floor here. There's the drive, and he dunks it down.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Ajinça misses. And they're running. The deep three. The long distance three is buried.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Laverne. Fires from deep. No good there.
Away team foul. Laverne. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now.
2 minutes.
Here's Evans. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
And they're pushing it up. There's the triple. He's off on that one. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
It's a one-on-one situation. Banked it in off the glass.
He saw a path to the rim, and he took it. The defense just couldn't stop him.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now.
Second team foul.
Peters has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Harrison. Out to the wing. Here's Nicolo. Sends it home from three-point land. Nicolo's got 6 in the quarter.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits. Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Pass to Evans. Picked it out of midair. Here's Nicolo. Launches a three. Drills it from deep.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Evans. The putback. To the wing on the left. The 3. Knocks down the long J. 24 seconds left in the fourth. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Here's DeColo. 6 to shoot. Fires from way outside. No good. The visiting club takes the win on the road. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were...
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Brown. James is out there at Korkmaz, and it's Papagiannis in at the center. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
The play will be reviewed. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Oh, that's blocked. And that one ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Pass to fall. And there's the turnover. Pass going out of bounds. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. And you take a look at this home team. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And right now for the visiting team, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
The shot's good. James has got 5 points so far.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Fournier.
The ball goes to the away team.
Here's James. He's got 5. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. To the middle, cuts off the pass. He's covered by Brown, and Brown over to help. Pass to Vezenkov. Off target from three-point range.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Fournier against James. To the inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's the right play, an excellent decision from Evan Fournier.
Kalathis passes to Korkmaz. Good. Great play by Kalathis to set it up. Korkmaz has got his second bucket of the night.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Rebounded by Papagiannis.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Brown the pass to Korkmaz. Kalathis kicks to James. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Brown. Moves back up. No good that time. Here's Vezenkov. Launches a 3. That shot no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's up a 3. No good.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
From deep, James. Another miss by James. James has gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Vezenkov. Hits the 3-point bomb. Vezenkov's got 7 points.
and he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple. Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Fournier against James. Fournier's shot is off. Now here's Brown. He's tightly guarded. Nice shot by James.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
That one's good. Vezenkov.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
The way this passes to Papagiannis. And here's Brown outside. It's deflected. Here's Papanikolaou. James cover. Pass to Fournier. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Korkmaz kicks to Coathis. And it's off from three-point range. For three, Fournier. It's hauled in by Brown. James with a deep three. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. They're up by 2. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the 5 down low. We've got Diallo, and it's Cornish in at power forward.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And so here's the home team, trailing by 5. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Diallo. Here's Ldlc, and he jams it with authority.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Cornish is out there with Diallo, and it's a Kobo in at the 2. The shot's good from Evans.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
Pass to Diallo. Here's Cornish.
Home team foul. Dorsey.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. There's the screen inside. The layup off target. Here's Dorsey. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Good on both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
To the paint, here's a Kobo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Kobo's got his first basket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Pass to Evans. Misses in close. Here's a Kobo, covered by Evans. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Peters passes to Dorsey. Offensive rebound. Peters with the bucket. Peters has got his first 2 points of the night.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance.
And they pick up 2.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Evans passes to Peters, and stolen by Diallo. And here they come. Pass to Corniche.
Full team foul. Number 77. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jacks up a three. Doesn't go that time.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And the shot goes down. Peters has got 4 points this quarter.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
That one falls.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Shoots the three. Eunice grabs the miss. Now here's Diallo. Guarded close. For the three. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Evans passes to Peters. Back to Evans. And Dorsey kicks to Peters. Driving the lane. They get it again. No good on the shot. Ball stolen. Kicks it out to Evans. The three-pointer off the mark. Evans has gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Corniche the pass to Eunice. Down low. And the shot is off from Corniche. Fires from way outside. And they recover it. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. Here's a Kobo. Second shot opportunity. Corniche's shot is off. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. It's a close game here in Chicago. Now Dorsey. They set the pick. Evans outside. A 3 ball. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's a Kobo missing. Kobo's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Here's Dorsey. This one for 3. Corniche with the rebound. Corniche has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Leading by a point. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down.
The voting process will be wrapping up soon. Finally. Excited to see which players make the cut.
Same. In fact,
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
yeah, and those starters are going to have the.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. They've got Fall, and it's Fournier in at the shooting guard. Coathis kicks to Papagiannis. Pass to Coathis. Here's Papagiannis. Back to Brown. Clock at 4. Here's Coathis. The three-pointer, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in at the center position. Here's the screen. Fournier for three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, he's got the long-range motion going now. Fournier for three.
James outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. James has gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. Here's Fournier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here. And the first one drops.
Fournier out there as a floor spacer, someone who's going to stretch out the defense and give everybody room to operate, make their jobs a little bit easier.
Drives to the hoop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul, first team foul.
That free throw, no good.
For the away team, Olympiacos. 2 shots.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Pass to Papanikolaou. Here's Vezenkov. Sinks the triple. Vezenkov's got 13 points.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
And the three ball is good.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
James outside. The second effort. Brown the pass to Calathes. And here's James outside. They get the rebound. Just 5 on the clock. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. James has gone just 25% from the arc. 2 of 8. Shot by Papanikolaou, no good.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Fall. And there it is for him. Fall's got his second basket of the night. Here's Calathes. Still yet to score. Here's Korkmaz. Second chance effort. And it's good on the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind it out game.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Papanikolaou. Oh, good on the triple. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And the basket by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his second bucket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Papanikolaou. Off target with his three.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if they're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Fournier against James. Fournier pass to Fall, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And it's Brown missing. Brown's gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. And it's Vezenkov missing. Pushing it up. No one near James as he lets it go. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists tonight. And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
44 seconds left to play in the third. And he makes that one. Vezenkov's got 5 points now this quarter. James in the post. He's guarded by Fournier. Count that one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
For the lead, James lays it up off the glass. James has got 15.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Brown outside. And finished off by Brown.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Up. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the head coach of the home team had some words for the team during the break. He said in the huddle, you got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
Thank you, David. Corniche with the rebound.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
They've got Corniche. Also, James out there. And it's a Kobo in at the 2-guard. Evans outside. From outside the arc. Kept alive. Milutinov misses the layup. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Yep, it counts.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Eunice has gotten all three of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Pass to Dorsey. On Friday, then on Thursday.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Corniche, the pass to a Kobo. Stolen. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Out in his own on the break. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
First team foul.
An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Here's Dorsey. James defending. To end the run. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Evans. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Eunice kicks to James. There's a screen by Eunice. James gets the bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Evans can't get that one to fall. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
James, the pass to Manajunas. And the jam by Manajunas.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Manajunas has gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Evans passes to Peters. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding, rising up off the ground.
There's a screen. And it's Okobo missing. Okobo's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go, around 37%. Dorsey, that's good.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
It's tipped. Fast break, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul, first team foul.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6.
Taking 2 shots.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
The team struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
On deep, James. His shot misses.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. Now, that's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
To the right side. Back to Manajunas. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Launches it. Peters misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Picked off in midair. Good D by James. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
And a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Okobo, that's good. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that